Hey everyone, and welcome back to another X-PLORE video. This week we're making progress on our Land Rover build as we rip out the front and start tackling the first big step, repairing all the holes. It's a huge task, but we're excited to get the ball rolling and bring this project to life. Join us as we dive into the process, take care of these repairs and make some real strides forward on the Land Rover. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, we've got loads more to come.
Today I'm going to try and get the front ripped out.
Okay, so today my first job is to get started on some of the holes in, I guess, the truck bed. So let me show you what I'm going to use for this. Okay, so I'll show you what I'm talking about. So these are the little holes that I'm going to be tending to this morning. So I'm going to start on like this truck bed, this bit first, as one little project. And as you can see, there's quite a few like this. So I've got some stuff. I'm going to sand it down first with some sandpaper, give it a wipe and a clean over, give it a good brush and clean out, and then I'm going to be using some of this JB Weld steel stick. We've never used this stuff before. It is a USA product. It seems pretty simple when we've done our research. It's great for automotive and machine parts, plumbing, so much more. And all you do is cut a bit off, roll it in your fingers and put it in the holes and it should seal them. World's strongest bond, so hopefully some good stuff. So let's get to it. So the holes are all prepped. I've sanded them and cleaned them and brushed them off, and pretty happy with how they're looking. So now I'm going to be using this JB Weld to fill them, hopefully. So Brandon has ripped out the headliner and bits. How's it going?
It's messy.
Whoa!
I'm just trying to work out this.
That's not good.
I'm getting there.
We actually have a couple of different products that we've got to use on this landy build, like I guess sort of consumable products that I'm quite excited to give a try. So this is one of them, this JB Weld. Let's give it a go. I don't know why I feel scared.
First step in it.
Right, gloves. I'm doing Brandon's layer on layer gloves. Brandon's a bit of a wimp when it comes to working out in the cold, and he says wearing a glove and then these black gloves prevents any cold. They're a bit chunky to work with, but they're not as bad as you would think they are. They're actually, I feel like I've got better precision with this than this. Okay, so gloves are on and I've got it. It's called steel stick. I don't know why that's so hard to say. Steel stick. Okay, let's give it a go. Right, it's basically a stick of sticky stuff, and I'm going to slice a bit off. It's got like a plastic filament on it, but I'm going to slice through it with the knife and then roll it up in my fingers and start popping it in the holes. Apparently I have to work quite quick with it because it starts going off quite quick. It starts to set in 5 minutes and then it cures in an hour, so let's give it a go. Okay, so it's quite a slow and tedious job, but it's also a bit therapeutic because I don't know, it's kind of exciting. It's like really we're starting to take action on the build now. So I have ran out of JB Weld, but that's okay. I kind of used a bit more than I thought because it gets super sticky. You have to wear gloves, but it's super sticky and you kind of lose a bit on your gloves, and I suppose it's a bit harder to handle when you're only doing a tiny bit. But I've done like this floor area, and I've started on the side panel as well now, and it feels like it's really stepping forward and progressing, even though it's still a bare shell. yeah, it's coming together nicely. I'll show you a few clips of what I've done. And I've just checked, and it's actually solidifying really, really nicely as well. So I'll show you now. As you can see, this is the floor. And let's have a look at these ones. So these were some of the early ones I've done. And they have, they're super, super solid now. And yeah, it's been an hour, so they're completely cured, and that is solid. Like, you can't peel it up or anything. So quite happy with how it's coming together. So we're slowly sealing all the holes. So we need to get some more of that ordered to get that job finished. Like I say, I think there's going to be lots of like nitty bitty bits and bobs and stuff. Brandon started really, really good on the front rip out. So we took all the headliner and the stereo and the speakers and everything out now. So we're not really going to be using the Landy for day trips and going out until we've got some sort of structure back in the front. So it's all progressing really nicely. So I have now filled all the holes in the back of the Landy on the floor and the side little bits here. So let's show you how it looks. So as you can see, there are no more, well, there's a big hole there, but there's no more small holes. So I filled all these small holes now, and they are pretty good. So it's all making progress. We've got some big holes to fill, which we're going to do with some aluminium sheeting. But otherwise, it's looking pretty good back here. Oh.
Now completely ripped out front and back. I've just been sorting out the front. We've took all the electric back. We've tidied up the battery box and the existing cabling. We've took as much out as we kind of know that we can. And now it's kind of going to be time to clean everything up and start putting it back in. We've got a couple of repairs to make. But one thing we did do that was very helpful was, because we took out that many pieces of trim, we kept track of where each screw was, because for some reason they're all different screws. So we've got like, it's all labelled for where they're from and what it is. So hopefully when we put it back together, we should know where everything goes. Time will see on that point. But this wasn't necessary to do, but we thought it would just be helpful for us to know kind of what state the van was in, and then we can rectify anything and move forward.
We then started progressing with more jobs and started drilling out these panels so that we could access and put our plumbing and electrical through them. I'm just going to corrust some rust, hammerite crust, some of the rust. As you can see down here, it's a little bit of rust. It's not like too bad, so we've given it a cleaned up, and just going to paint it with some crust. Just been applying this hammerite crust to all the surfaces that are rusty in the front of the Landy. I'll give you a little bit of a show, just kind of covering anywhere that's rusty, and this just basically transforms it into a stable surface, so it kind of eliminates the rust and just transforms it a little bit. Just been painting over anywhere that's rusty, just to make it a little bit more stable.
Okay, so one of the significant repairs we've got to do on the Land Rover is this big hole here. So this is the fill neck for the fuel. There's going to be an auxiliary fuel tank that goes in here just to extend the range. So we don't need access to that. So we're going to patch it up. Just get started by cleaning it all off. take some measurements. What we're going to do is we're going to make up a aluminium plate to go over it and cover the hole. Okay. So here we have a sheet of aluminium. So I'm just going to mark out our sizes. I've just swapped the tile blade out for the cutting blade. So let's get this cut. Hopefully all has gone as planned and we now have this plate to put in place in the van. It's like a glove. Right, let's get it fitted. So we're going to be putting some of this CT1 sealant and construction adhesive to the test. It should be perfect for our application.
Oh, that's nice. It's got resealable cap.
Yeah.
Because the cheap stuff doesn't, does it?
No, and then it's gone off before you're ready to use it again. Right, so just going to put a little bit around each of the holes. It's really runny as well. You know what I mean? It don't feel ridiculously thick. There's way too much on. And it's worth noting this is also a construction adhesive, so it will help hold the plate on. Look at that, love that. That's so nice, that. Drop that in position. Grab the pop rivets. It's not quite in line. There we go. So here we have it, completed project. So we had an existing hole here. What we've done is we've cut up a plate to size, CT1'd around the edge to seal it and adhere the plate, and then we've just put a couple of pot rivets in just to ensure nothing's moving. And there we go.
It's really becoming a lot less holy in the back here.
Really is.
Now we've got all the little holes filled and some of these bigger ones getting done.
Made the big one.
Yeah.
We've made some new holes.
We have made some new holes.
Splendid.
So much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe, drop us a like, and we'll see you next week.